Platform Collective. This is our Matchweek review. This week we'll be discussing Matchweek 16. A lot to talk about. We have Liverpool back in the flow of things with Salah coming off the bench. We got Chelsea, putting herself back in the wins.
World champs.
We got Tottenham with another slip up yet again, and we have United that just can't seem to get a win. But let's start with Liverpool. How you feeling over there, Nick?
Yeah, feeling kind of mixed reactions. I'd say overall good. Obviously, take the W. It's 5 games undefeated now for Arne Slot, and I think that sounds good. It sounds like okay, we've had a tough season and we're here turning it around. I'm not sure if I believe that yet though. So I think last episode we did, and even the one before that, I was pretty adamant where I sit. I'm Arne out. I just don't have that belief in Slot, and not gonna lie, I still feel the same way. Like we played a lot better. I think defensively we're sound. There's just so many questions that for me don't make sense, right? So like, yeah, Gapco finally doesn't play, but it's because he's injured. It's not because Slot was like, yeah, let me switch things out. So I still feel like the second he's available, he's going to start. Salah, that whole situation actually seemed to resolve itself a little nicely. I'm happy he's going off to AFCON again. Going to get a little time away from the team. Hopefully, just reset his mind. I thought Curtis Jones was incredible. I feel like he's getting to a point where he's really making a name for himself in the first team. And then you guys actually called it, so I'll give you guys kudos. You said Ekatike in the summer was going to be our best signing, and I mean that's absolutely proven to be the case so far. Dude, he's electric to watch and just super super fun to watch. I think
Yeah, I
Woods
feel
is
like he showed it initially too. As soon as he
no, he
came on.
did,
Yeah.
and you guys called it like really first couple of games. I think you guys said he's going to be our best signing. Ironically, he was the one I was the least hyped for, but he's definitely shown himself to be class. And then Wirtz, I think Wirtz is playing a lot better. Definitely found his groove. I'm not too concerned about the numbers, about goal assists. I know. Obviously that needs to change, but the way I'm thinking about it is kind of like Caicedo with Chelsea, where it's like Caicedo's first season with Chelsea, you got a lot of flack, not the same level as Wirtz is getting for sure, but first season I think people kind of clowned him, and then we're like, oh, it is what it is. And then second season, you saw Caicedo just absolutely took a step up. So I'm hoping it's similar with Wirtz. I'm not too worried about that, but I think Wirtz, Szoboszlai, Ekatike, Jones all played really, really well. I'm still worried about Konate, and I don't know if we're going to talk about the January transfer window next episode or the one after that, but I saw rumors that City are going in for Gahey now, and it's like, oh my gosh, dude, we need the right center back. So, yeah. Overall good, but still not fully bought into Slot, but definitely back into players.
What would you like to see different,
Oh, what would I like to see different?
or just a different manager in general?
I don't know. It's a good question. I think some of it comes through experience, but that feeling when the other team is on the attack, when your team's not playing well, when they've consistently shown gaps, you just have this like anxiety attack. And I feel like I get that every time anyone's attacking on Liverpool. And so I don't know if it's a formation change that I want, but I want that feeling of calmness again. I want that feeling of like, even when the opponent's attacking, it's like, it's calm, we got this. And I think that, yeah, I would say Allison being back is already hugely calming just to even watch. But yeah, it's a good question. I would say, not to put myself.
You think the players are going to bring that calmness, or the manager?
It should come from the manager. I feel like it has to come from the manager, right? I think players, the more mature they are, the older they are, they probably can inherently have that. But I think the manager has to be the one that leads that. I think the hard part for me is like just watching what's going on with Madrid. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm like full team Xavi, and I think a lot about like the formation he would play, and it fits our team so well. Minus 3 center backs. Other than the 3 center back situation, everything else he played at Leverkusen, it actually fits really, really well. Especially with like 2 up top with Ekatike and Isak. So I think it's hard to like look at what's happening now. It's like when you're dating someone. Actually, this is a terrible example to give. Not like it's ever happened to me. But you're in a relationship and you see that hot girl down the street and she looks you in the eye and you're like, things aren't bad where they're at, But if that's the potential. So it's like, well, okay, 5 games undefeated, we're scraping out wins. It's not bad. But when I look at the team, when I look at some of the coaching talent out there, I think there's got to be more. So,
Liverpool about to get Jurgen Klopp, and then you'll get Xavi.
bro, if we get Jurgen Klopp, I literally don't care if we lose every game and
No, you're not getting.
as long as we don't get relegated, I would still be so happy. Just you know what I mean? Like, bro, Klopp is a vibe.
He's not coming to. He's not coming back to Liverpool. He's going to Madrid.
I don't think he's ever. No, he's not going to Madrid. I don't think he's ever coming back to the Prem though. To be honest,
He's going to Madrid.
no. He wouldn't. I feel like if he does go to like La Liga, if he did go to a team, it would be like Atletico or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he's really big on those like small teams with like smaller teams with like.
Liverpool's supposed to be the biggest club in the land, so I don't know what you're going.
Not when he took it. Not when he took. I mean, bro, now you're gonna have me arguing against.
Yeah, what about those 20 trophies? Come on, stop playing.
We still have them in our trophy cabinet.
Yeah, so you guys are not no little team. Don't say that.
Okay, how about this? He's attracted to sleeping giants, right? So when he took over Dortmund, sleeping giant, Liverpool, sleeping giant, Real Madrid, bro,
They're sleeping.
they're not. They've had one bad season. They're not sleeping, bro. They're like taking a nap. They've been stunting hard.
We'll see. We'll see. No, I mean, I'll take it from there. Chelsea didn't get to watch the game. Unfortunately, I was away this weekend, but Cole Palmer coming up big, Malo Gusto coming up big, and then Enzo Maresca dropping some heat. I don't know if you guys heard, but he said that after the Champions League game, it was like the worst 42 hours. He felt like he didn't have any support, and it blew up everywhere. I don't know if he was taking shots at the owners, if he was taking shots at the sporting directors, or what, but he doubled down today in his presser for the Carabao Cup. So I don't know. Hopefully,
Do you
that
think he
does.
wants to get more players in the January window?
I think he does. I mean, before the season started, he originally said that he wanted another center back because for the way that he wants to play, Levi Colwill was instrumental in that, and then he got hurt, and we didn't get anybody. We sent more players out on loan. Um, I don't really see us getting anybody in the January transfer window. There are some like little rumors, but I don't see us getting somebody that's gonna like come in and just play in any position. Um, I don't know the way that the sporting directors and everybody are moving at Chelsea. It seems to be a lot more like calculated, and they don't want to just rush things. It, yeah, so I doubt that we get another center back. We do have the most clean sheets in the league, though, so I don't think that the sporting directors are going to look at the defense and say, "Hey, like we need to get somebody right now." But
Are you still for Maresca, or are you gonna wait till the end of the season?
no, I'm a Reska in. I've liked the way that he's kind of brought things around and kind of changed up the dressing room. I was not a big fan of Pochettino. Obviously, Graham Potter wasn't it, and we had a little stint for Frank Lampard to kind of come in, and that wasn't going well either. So if I'm going based off of who's come in since we've got the new ownership, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna say Maresca in, and I don't really see anybody in the like that's open like that doesn't have a job that would like them to um, come and replace Enzo Maresca now. Like if you're like, could you get anybody like like Roberto De Zerbi looks good in League One or the French league, and he did well when he was at Brighton. So I would say that he's a good shout for somebody to kind of come in and take his spot. But there's always been a 2-year plan with Maresca. So at the end of this season, they're going to evaluate where he is. He's on a 5-year contract, but it was always said in the news that after 2 years, they're going to evaluate where he is and then take it from there. Now, obviously, things can change, and you know it can go sour. I mean, on the game against Atalanta, that was a scary game. He did some very questionable stuff. He took out at the end by the end of the game we had four outside backs in the game: Kukurea, Josh Achimpong, Reece James, and Malaguso, two of them playing in the midfield. So you're like questioning like why would he do that? But then he did it again almost. And Gusto had, the goal and an assist on the weekend. So, he's obviously doing things for a certain type of way and a certain type of reason. So I'm definitely supporting him and hope that what we do go through some little dips in form as we just went through, but hopefully we get back on. And those dips in forms don't last as long as they did last season. And so very happy with Cole Palmer getting a goal. Very happy with Enzo Maresca proving people wrong with the tactics and substitutions that he had. So for right now, all is good on that camp. When the summer comes around, we'll see. We'll see, but we need a striker for sure because the way that our strikers are moving is just not on point.
Yeah, I feel like United kind of lucked out with that Delap, with Delap not coming.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know, man.
Sesko not doing nothing either. So the only person
He's
that's
been
doing
injured the last couple weeks, anyways. But you're
so
right. He
so
hasn't. He
so
hasn't.
was
He
so was
hasn't been.
the lap was hurt too, and he got hurt again. The only striker that can say something from all like the big striker names this season is Ekatike.
Yeah,
Joker
that's
is not
true.
doing nothing. Sesko not doing nothing.
That is true.
Isak not doing nothing. The lab not doing nothing. All these guys are doing nothing except for my man Ekatike, bro. He is fun to watch. I do have to agree with what you said.
Yeah,
The way he was gliding with the ball, making people on the mid run, just taking balls out the air. It's it was fun to. I saw it, like I said, I didn't see the game, but from the highlights that I saw, it looked like that boy is moving.
That like
Yeah, he's playing
Sasko.
like everyone should. He's playing like a striker should be playing.
Yeah, taking good
Playing,
shots.
playing like
Staying-
Richarlison, just top striker material.
Richie, he's our top goal scorer too. So I mean, it just speaks to the seasons we're having. But
Oh,
before
geez,
we
bro.
go there, let's. I mean,
Do you still think Chelsea's going to finish top 3?
Yeah, I definitely think Chelsea could do that. The only people that are really worrying me is Villa, but I also do believe that they're going to have um, their fall from grace. They didn't start off well. Obviously, they're doing fantastic right now, but you know, just because you're doing well now doesn't mean that you're going to do well for the rest of the season. I think it will between Villa, Liverpool, and Chelsea to figure out who actually gets those two remaining spots in the top four. Obviously, in the top four, Arsenal and City are going to stay. Where they end up, that's another question. But that's what I think. I don't think Crystal Palace or United exactly have what it takes to crack the top four by the end of the season, but I think that they will be in and around it.
I will say I'm surprised. I thought City were running. I mean, Arsenal were running away with the league, but like this last weekend, if they didn't get that last minute winner, they'd be tied with City right now, right? Or
Yeah.
I think, yeah, tied with City. So
But
it's
they-
one of those things where I'm
even
like,
for-
yeah,
yeah.
they're
Yeah,
not as
They
far.
didn't have a shot on goal till 70th minute against Wolves. So that would have been fun if they lost, but it is what it is.
this is around the time where like they slip up though. So
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not going to win. Those boys, like they, I don't know. I don't like. I was never like 100% convinced that like they were gonna like, just do exactly what they were doing the entire season. There was a lot. There's a lot that was going into what they were doing. You know what I mean? Obviously, Chelsea loves a set piece goal, too. But that was like their bread and butter. And yeah, their defense was doing sick, but it's tough to keep a defense, you know, limiting so many goals as they did. The goals were going to come against them at some point. Obviously, injuries have hurt somewhat, but it is.
It's also weird watching their games now, dude. When they get a goal, the whole crowd goes like wild. It's like you can tell the crowd knows how the team plays. Because anytime Arsenal win a corner, if you watch, dude,
Yeah,
it's like everyone gets on their feet because they're like, "All right, here we go." I'm like,
yeah, or a throw in. They're ready for them things. But I don't know. I can see them doing actually better in the Champions League than they do in the Premier League. But we'll see.
Yeah, they're at the top of their table in the Champions League as well, right?
Yeah, they haven't lost.
They haven't lost that
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. and they've looked pretty like dominant. But it's a tournament, and we'll see what happens. I think you said it last year, or on the last pod, Steve, that uh, Liverpool did really well, came number one, and then had to play PSG, and then just didn't
We
make
get
it.
knocked out the first round. It's like what?
Yeah,
So yeah,
could be like
True.
that. You know who's not going to get knocked out? Man United. You stick with
Ha
me.
ha ha, guys. Ha 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 ha.
These Monday games are killing me, bro.
bro, it's every Monday. It's like I don't even need to check the schedule.
They really wanted a midweek game so bad.
No one watches it. No one
I
watches
I
it. But it is
saw.
what it is.
Speaking
This
of
is one of the last Monday games in for a while. So
trouble at
easy.
Trafford, I saw Kobe Mainoo's brother wear that. You see the shirt he was wearing?
No, I did
So
not.
Kobe's
Tell
Mainoo's
me what it
brother
is.
showed up to the game today with a shirt that says "Free Kobe Mainoo."
Bro, it's
Bro,
actually crazy. But because did you
that's
guys hear what
wild for
Amram
his
said?
brother to do, bro.
Did
Yeah.
you guys hear what Amram said about the youth players in
No.
the pre-match
Oh
press
yeah, he
conference?
was like naming the youth players that
He
were
was
hyped.
naming the
It's like
youth players. He was
it's
like,
like
"Yeah,
they're nothing
Toby
now.
Collier is struggling in the championship. Harry Amos is not getting minutes. Cheeto Obi is not even getting into the 21s. So like when I did start them, everyone blamed me for like this that. But he's basically throwing him. I don't know. People could take it two
That's
different ways.
wild. No, you
Yeah,
can't be saying that.
You can't be saying that
they aren't as
about
good as you guys. He's pretty much
right.
saying they aren't as good as the fans make them sound like they are.
Right. And these players are responding back on Instagram, posting accolades with themselves at like Sheffield Wednesday and like you
Yeah.
know uh, other championship clubs with trophies with like man of the match awards and shit.
No,
So
He's trying to get
there's
sacked or something, bro. He's like
nah,
trying to
bro.
bro,
advance.
it's almost like it's bound to happen soon. Even against the Wolves game, I don't know if you guys saw a picture of Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox, and Jim Ratcliffe. Like kind of, it looked like they were kind of beefing, maybe arguing on the director's box there. But yeah, it's definitely scenes at United.
Yeah,
That especially after today's performance. Unfortunate result for sure.
those are crazy statements because somebody should have brought up, what everybody else is doing. Like, I mean, I don't know. I can't say too much for Garnacho over the weekend because he missed some easy sitters, but Rashford doing well, other people doing well, and
Yeah, Rashford's doing well. Exactly. So it's
it's
just
a
like
falling out with them. So it's
bro, it's even confusing as a fan because you're just like split apart, right? Like you want to back the manager, but you also are kind of, you
but
know,
why do you want to back the manager? He ain't doing you guys what needs.
not for
He
sure.
doesn't want
I'm
to back
saying like
yourself.
in a perfect situation. I'm saying like in a perfect situation, you want to back the manager. Like I don't want to back Amarim. I'm just kind of living with him
I
at the
mean, you
club
did
right
say you
now.
wanted to back Emery.
I did. I did.
I heard Amram
I
in
did
like
want
seven
to.
times. Then
He's
Amram had
flopped. He's flip flopped a bunch of
yeah.
times.
Yeah, I told
Man,
you.
bro, this is what I'm
This
saying. It's confusing, bro. It's
guy, this
confusing.
guy.
Tell me you wouldn't do this in the same. Tell me you wouldn't do the same if you were in my position, though, right? Like you can't. It's hard not to flip flop, man. Because
No, bro,
like
I think
you
Amram
have
out from day
Yeah,
one,
bro, I've
dude.
been telling you guys to be
The way
Emery.
things were last year, and then the fact that he
right,
didn't have a chance to change it, and all his excuses, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I know it
brutal.
sucks to restart again, but there's got to be someone who could get more out of the team. And like you said, the
Yeah,
stuff he says too
100%,
is
bro.
wild.
wild. I
It,
mean, I didn't hear that,
his
but that's
press
crazy to
conferences has
say.
gotten wild,
Yeah,
bro.
that
I
is
don't know
crazy. You need a
Yeah,
good man manager. That's what I think.
yeah. You need
You
a
exactly.
have,
good
you have
He's
a
a
manager,
good man manager.
terrible,
Yeah,
terrible man manager.
somebody that
He's
doesn't blame
Portugal
the.
all the way. He's got
he's
that
like eager to
Portugal
split the
tax.
dressing room. Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
you can't be beefing with the players or the fans. Like at the end of the day, like
Exactly, bro.
the
that's
And he's
fans
and
obviously, but the players, like what they will literally they have like a union. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna
right.
fuck with you, and you won't be able to attract players. Like people will not listen to you when you're on the field. Like
But this is the same story, right? Again, from previous years in United, of United. You guys should know this. You guys should see the pattern recognition in this. It's the same bullshit again. You're gonna see the start of the dressing room start splitting. Little rats are gonna, start. Little rumors are gonna start, circulating around the dressing room and all this. But I don't know. I mean, I guess people, you just got to kind of look at this match and go, all right, this is a draw. We were up in the first half. Casemiro got a good header to seal out the
Twice.
first half 2-1. What's up? What'd you say?
I said you were up twice in the first half.
Yeah, we were up twice. Yeah, exactly. We scored the first goal. Ahmad with the first goal. Casemiro with the second goal. Um,
Oh yeah,
we got an equalizer. Right.
yeah.
Luke Shaw. Bro,
Right
it's the
after.
defensive. It is defensive problems. It is defensive problems. Luke Shaw got bodied, and then Semenyo takes that ball and then scores with that run. Lenny Yoro gets bodied. Aiden Heaven gets bodied. Diego Dallo switches from uh, left wing back to right back, gets bodied again. So it's all defensive errors. Attacking wise, the only person I can critique is Mboma. He did not take the chances the shots that he was supposed to take, bro. He had clear this game should have been 4-1 in the first half, and like at least 7 goals should be scored if all chances were taken properly. But
Against you or for
missed
you?
chances. It is what it is. What's up?
Against you?
No, no, not. I'm not against us. No, I
No, first
mean
half they actually did
there
play.
were. Yeah,
I
first
don't
half we were
understand.
The
doing
first
well, bro. But
25
then
minutes
second,
was like, yeah, it should have been like, yeah, 2-3-0. That first
exactly
like 30
3-0,
minutes.
close it out, and then defensively struggled throughout the rest of the game and possibly gotten the same 1 point result. But it is what it is. I feel like Bruno's free kick, beautiful free kick, got us back in the game. And then there was what was it, like a nice goal through this. I can't even fucking remember, bro. It's so hard to fucking remember. But yeah, we did all right. We did all right. Get 1 point. It should have
All
been
right.
more, but
You're at home
should
playing
have been
Bournemouth.
more.
That's not all right.
Yeah, it is not a race. 6 games they're losing. They've lost the last like 6 games, or like they haven't won the last 6 games, and they come over here and obviously get a point from United. This is the third time we have gotten 1 point at home in the last 3 games that we've played. So I don't know, Moose. I don't know. It's struggling. Last week I was a little negative and kind of turned off by what I saw from Wolves. I saw some type of improvement in this game against Bournemouth, but after I saw those 2 goals going right after halftime in the first 5 minutes, in the way it did, I was like, all right, this game is done. It's collapsed. But we tried to get back, got 1 point in the end. On to next week.
Yeah,
You know,
gotcha.
Villa away.
that's all you can say. Villa. If we do this shit against Villa, no points. We're not taking nothing home.
Cooked.
Isn't
We're
Casemiro
cooked. We're losing.
booked for that game?
Yeah. Yes. Casemiro and Ahmad, I think. Or Ahmad's not going to be playing, but
Neither is Mbumo.
and Momo. So
Damn.
who
You're
knows?
screwed.
They're saying reporters are saying they're on the training pitch seeing Amarim trying out the 4-4-3 or 4-3-3 or 4-4-2 settings, but who knows, bro? We'll see, bro. I don't even know if that's gonna work at this point. Mainu came on for a little bit. There was a good link up play, but I feel like even he's turned off by the whole vision and the project that Amarim's trying to put out
I mean, of
in front
course
of
he's like,
everyone.
if his brother pulled up in that shirt, that's wild.
Yeah,
I think. I think Mena wants to leave in
I didn't
January.
see that, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, in general, I think England are going to do really well this World Cup. There's going to be so many players outside of even Kobe Mainu that are going to be pissed they can't make the team. Because, like, if you look at
Yeah.
the list right now, not everyone can go. And especially in that attacking midfield or even Kobe Mainu's kind of like 8 midfield position. Bro, there are so many players. Like, so kind of a bigger picture thing for Mainu's situation. But, dude, if you're that age and you miss this World Cup and England end up winning it, that's like you don't forget that the rest of your life. That's his brother. Free Kobe.
It's
Bro,
not good to see at home.
that's such a bad look, man.
Not a
Terrible.
good look.
Yeah, at Old Trafford, man. It is a bad look. But Amarim did, in terms of substitutions, he did what he was supposed to do. He brought on Manu, he brought on Sesko, like the teams looked like it was supposed to fucking win, bro. Except for the fact that we didn't have Delit in the back, who makes those like last ditch, like step in tackles. I feel like that inexperience with Heaven kind of was was lacking, to kind of get those 2 extra points to take it 3 points home. But I'm just nitpicking at this point. Its team just got to do better defensively, offensively, all around. We'll just see where it goes. On to Villa.
I hope you guys win that one.
Yeah,
To be
and I
honest.
feel it. Speaking of,
Yeah, Villa
we'll move on
been
to
doing well, man.
Tottenham's quick woeful Saturday or Sunday, whatever the day that was, against Forest. Yeah, 3-0. Not a good performance. Archie Gray, Vicario, most of the players. I don't think any player really I can say actually had a good performance. Yeah,
That was a
it's
quick one for your boy number 7.
no. I mean, I think he
Stein,
was played the best. I think he played the best out of everybody. He definitely looked
Stein.
to go forward more. Colomwani looked to go forward. Romero played well, I think, but it's just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah,
It's
I'm in
about
the
the other
same. I
number
mean,
7, bro. The 1v1 demon.
this is the year. I
Callum
don't know. This is
Hudson
the
Boyd.
this is Thomas Frank's first year. So it's like we can't really, yeah, I can't really judge too harshly. You have to
What you
play
mean
it
you
out.
can't judge too hard, Philippe? He's not doing what he needs. What he's not doing
What
what
did
you
you
expect him.
say, Garfield?
I can't,
No,
I
he's
can't hear you.
he's doing well. I mean, he's not really. He's listening too much
So you
to
like Thomas Ray?
he's listening too much to the fans, I think. And I mean, Archie Gray shouldn't have started it. I think that's where he probably got it wrong. I think Bergwall should have started that game. Everyone else should be playing though. I mean, that's not a terrible lineup. I'm not mad at the lineup he chose. I don't know what they practice during the week, um, but it's all of them. It's Kudus. He gets the ball in these really good positions, and he just stops. And it's like, bro, like you talk about how much you love playing 1v1, and then all of a sudden you get the ball like right on the edge of the box, and you're just moving in slow motion. You become predictable. I don't know if it's like I said, if it's because he's tired, overplayed, and there's no real depth for that position. Because Thomas Frank doesn't love to put Brennan Johnson there. I don't blame him. So yeah, I don't know. I can't really pinpoint and say that this is Thomas Frank's fault, though he is the face of the league, or the face of the club. So he, is going to definitely have a spotlight on him. But again, this is a brand new team technically. You know, we're still missing a lot of players through injuries, so that mentality and that togetherness from last year is just it's not there.
Can you guys see what I was sharing on the screen?
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
So I feel like,
and like I think I speak for most fans. I can just say like we feel like the most disconnected to this club since probably. I mean, since I've supported this club, like I've been there for Poch's downfall. Still wasn't as disconnected as it feels now. It just I've always said like I think we did wrong by Ange. I get it. We finished 17th, and everyone's gonna be like, well, you can't keep someone who finishes 17th. But at the same time, to gut a team, and then now we're in the same predicament, really didn't make any sense. So
What do you mean by gutted team? You
well,
guys,
I mean,
you
we were
lost.
gutted from injuries, and then we were gutted from we sacked Levy, we sacked uh, Ange, we lost our captain. We have all of these injuries and everything from last season. So yeah, we don't. It's not the same team that was out there last year, and to some degree that's a good thing. But at the same time, it's still a brand new team. So yeah, it's a learning period. I think Thomas still hasn't figured out his best 11 yet, or his. I mean, I guess we're a situational team, right? So we have to figure out when to plug in Gray versus Bergvall, or when to use Papsar, when to use Polinia and Bentinger if we want to use them together. When like it's all situational, and I don't know
Was
if they're focused on data, but they haven't figured it out yet. So
was Papsar not a good choice for this lineup against
I
was
mean,
Brighton
yeah, I think
or
Pep would have
non-enforced?
done fine, but I think I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with Pep. I don't know if he was kind of trying to save his legs for AFCON because he leaves for AFCON too. So I don't know if that was kind of where his head's at. I don't know. Um, yeah, can't answer that. Unfortunately, they keep a lot of things behind closed doors. So
But all right, so now let's see. Okay, right. So the reason I mean I think that players do what they do because of the coach a lot of times, right? So you just said before, kudos one on one guy, right? But he has to play back because that's what he's being instructed to do. But because that's not actually what he wants to do.
I don't
If you
know.
understand
It
what I'm
doesn't.
saying.
I hear what you're saying for sure, but like I like if you think about like all right, let's think about from perspective, right? Like you've played, we've all played, right? Like if if the move is going one way and we're all like okay, we've linked three passes now from Van de Ven to Archie to Javi Simmons to now Kudus, right? And the play is moving forward, everyone's moving forward with it. The Nottingham Forest, whoever we're playing against is they're starting to jog back or whatever, they're sprinting back. Now it makes sense to like, we can't wait there. It makes no sense to wait, let everyone get back into position, and then now what? Like it just doesn't like from like a person who's played the game, who still plays the game on the weekend with his friends. I've never like it doesn't make sense. So I can't say that that's Thomas Frank. I can't say. I mean, like I said, I think it just seems that Kudus is tired or something. I don't know if it's a he's still not fully recovered from the injury a couple weeks ago. I can't speak to it, but it just seems like he's killing the play. And I mean, if that is Thomas Frank, then yeah, I mean he's definitely have to watch these. I don't understand like what he sees when they watch these games back because they have better camera angles than I'm sure that we get on NBC or Peacock or whatever outlet we get to view it. So I know that they have better camera angles, better data that they and their whole backroom staff can collect. But aside from that, the eye test you can just watch and say, hey, like where's the where's the parts of the pitch or what member is slowing the game up who isn't really aware of what's around him because it's like every time like even from Vicario's distribution or even our center backs distribution except for Romero. It's like we don't know how to pass for our own team. It doesn't make sense. And like,
That's what I'm
yeah,
trying to say. Is like he like when you're like like these guys like work on like different patterns of play. They work on different when you get a ball like little combinations and so on. Like that they do that. They do that at practice 100%. And what Thomas Frank may be teaching them, may be actually stifling them is what I'm trying to say because like the way that you guys are moving, especially in the attack is like nothing like obviously like what was you guys are doing last year. And and then just for another example, I'm not trying to say do like too much comparison, but somebody like Jack Grealish, right, was able to have free reign, do whatever he wanted at Villa. Then he left, came to Pep, and you could tell he couldn't like he wasn't taking on people. People thought he was done, and now he's at Everton and has another more expressive role, and he's showing his stuff. You know what I mean? So
no,
I
I
feel
hear
like
you. I definitely hear you. But it's like he was doing it for the first like 3 weeks. So it's like what 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 would make Thomas Frank be like, okay, this is working. Let's stop it. Like that makes
well,
no
that
sense.
for a
Um,
defensive structure for whatever reason, the first few games, that's kudos being kudos. That's not like kudos, after 16 weeks of, practice every week, being told what to do, what not to do.
well, I mean, hey,
I
if that's
agree.
the case, then I just have
And
to
Thomas
like
Frank out, baby,
severely
get that boy
no, I have to
out.
severely like manage my expectations as a Tottenham fan, which is why I said like I feel disconnected from the club. It's not like this is anything like I've seen this before, so I know what is going on. It's just I don't understand why we're going backwards when it's like both
Well, not
figuratively
to
and like performatively. It doesn't make sense.
not to make things worse, but 2 hours ago, the Overlap announced they have an exclusive interview tomorrow with uh, Player of the Month Mickey Van de Ven on his career as he interviews Gary Neville. And I was just like,
Perfect.
bro.
Yeah, perfect. Hey,
I was like, I don't think it'll be like the Kane situation where Kane was like, I'm ready to leave or whatever. I think this is just the overlap. And I was like, what is the chances of that? Like, if you look at the YouTube comments, all the comments are like, of course they're dropping it right now.
Perfect timing. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and he's been playing like garbage. So I mean, like, what other better player to? Yeah, like I said, I don't really care. I'm just like numb to it at this point. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, I've already watched my team win a trophy. I can say that at least, especially when no one thought
Is
we
there
would.
any progress in terms of like your board? I know
I
there's
mean, it's
like
all
a
hush hush.
change in
So it's like,
management,
yeah, it's all hush hush. So we haven't
ownership.
really heard too much from that. There's no like hostile takeover or anything like that. So I mean, I think it's just they're
Because
trying.
don't you think it kind of starts with that?
Well,
Like
I mean,
whenever that
this is
becomes more
also we haven't
concrete.
seen them at. The only thing the owner can really like affect is like the transfer windows. So we'll see in January when we'll
They
see.
affect everything. No, the owners affect everything.
Yeah, but not like it shouldn't affect what's going on the pitch or like anything like that.
Yes and no. I mean, they're the ones that pick the coach that is, doing the wrong
Yeah, but I'm
things.
talking about like after that's all said and done. Like we've moved. I guess that's part of January or summer's transfer window. Like
Who are you guys
we
trying to get? I
promised
saw you
Frank.
guys
We
looking at
now
sell.
are moving into like the January transfer window. So let's see what they can do. But I mean, other than that, it shouldn't be. Oh, like we can't use Levy as a scapegoat anymore. We can't use whoever's up top as a scapegoat anymore. Especially if like now there's like I mean, if they don't change the way they do anything, then okay, fine. Then it was never really Levy that was hindering the process of getting players in there in the summer or January transfer window. And it's a higher up thing. Now we have to look at the Lewis family. Now it's one of those things. But I mean, when it comes to regular operations, Monday through Sunday of practice and what goes on, the or the translation from what gets practice to what goes on a game, that's up to the coaching staff and the players. And I don't know. I've seen us play attacking under Thomas Frank, so it's not like he's telling them just to not be. Um, I think he's also, like I said, he's out of his depths when it comes to like he's not really used to managing a club that's on the rise or like stuff like that. So I think he's just approaching things a little bit more pragmatic than
So
or
Tottenham's on the
nervous.
rise.
Yeah, I mean, especially when we had Ange for sure
Or the rise to what? I'm just trying to figure it out. Top
to
top ten.
winning trophies.
Progression. There was a
Yeah,
progression.
I mean, you can't sit there and say that Ange didn't give us progression, especially from after Conte.
I mean, give and take
I
though.
mean, if you
You
look at
guys got the Europa League, but placed 17th in the league.
yeah, if you look at the
So
league
it's
positions, you guys fell back.
yeah, it's give and take. I feel like it's 50-50 for sure.
Yeah, but that's not on the manager. That's yeah,
So who is it on the board?
that one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, give and take.
I
I
don't
mean,
know,
we
man.
were on a team on the rise, like for sure. Like we were actually, when we had the depth, we were a scary team to play against. But once we lost that depth, there was no real muscle to
I still feel
play
like
the way
for
that Ange wanted to play. So it's like now
I feel like
we're stuck
Poch's
in.
Spurs was like the strongest Spurs I've seen, to be honest.
It
Like the year
was.
you guys went to the Champions League final, the year that you guys to
I can't
finish
say that
third.
wholeheartedly because I would
No,
watch
for
every
sure.
game. It's not
'Cause-
like I
Well,
wouldn't just
even
watch like the big
That
games.
Leicester year, you guys, I honestly thought Spurs were going to win it that year. Obviously, it's like super cool.
So yeah,
Leicester
that's
won
when I
it.
started watching the league. So I can't really sit there and say. I mean, yeah, for sure. Like that's when Ericsson was probably in more form. So we had that. We had
Dele
Dembele.
Alli was
We
balling
had
out.
Dele
Like,
Alli. Yeah, we had a front house staff, and we had two
Who
center
is the
backs that
Brazilian
weren't
that
that old yet.
scored
So
your
we had
winner?
Albert.
Lucas Mora.
Lucas Moura. What a
We had
Lucas
player,
Mora.
out.
Lucas
We had
Moura.
center backs. We had it wasn't like we were stripped anywhere. The stripping happened those next 3 years, from 2015 to 2018. It was like slowly we were stripped from. We lost Dembele, and then we lost Ericsson. Dele Alli, fell out of form. So everything got put on the shoulders of Kane and Son, and we didn't really have a center mid, and then we got in Dombele, and then he was a flop. So it was like, yeah, and the board thought that buying one player was going to fix everything. It's like, oh yeah, we just need one player. We don't need squad depth. Like that's not how it works with any team. If you look at every team that's either won something or is was in the running to win something, they had squad depth. So I mean, yeah, without squad depth, like there's no amount of manager that's going to fix. You can give us Pep, and we're not going to be able to do anything with it. So that's where I sit on that.
Come on,
I
you
always felt that Daniel Levy
Spurs.
was burnt from the whole Gareth Bale situation because you guys sold Bale and you got like seven depth players. But I think other than Ericsson, the other six were kind of flops. It was
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
a yeah. So
We
I
had like
always felt like he
role
personally
players.
got burned from that, where it was like, I'm never gonna go in on like six different players. I'm just gonna go for that one player. And now that's
Bro, they
obviously
gave Ange his first year. They gave him Van de Ven, Madison. I think Dom Solanke came through that year, and like two other players. So there was a time where he backed Ange the first year, and I think that was. I mean, obviously we got screwed with injury in the beginning or middle of that year around November or whatever it was, but it was like we still finished to get fifth or sixth or whatever it was.
Your fifth. All
So
right, hold on. I just want to this whole team on the rise thing is just just not sitting well with me. 2015 third place, 2016 17 second, 18 third, 19 fourth, 26 21 seventh, 22nd or 22 fourth, 23 eighth, 24 fifth, and 25 seventh. You
okay,
guys hang out in that third to, I would say, seventh range, and then you finish 17.
well, okay, but did you ignore what I just said? Like we had 12 injuries last year, so any team that has 12 injuries is gonna finish that low. Like I don't care who your manager is.
Okay, so fine,
12.
keep it. So go back to the year before, fifth. Like what are you rising to be? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I mean, the year before we finished lower than fifth.
The
So
year before you finished eighth, but the year before that you finished fourth. So you didn't even rise above Antonio Conte's best season.
I mean, we also had Harry Kane then. So who's replacing those goals? But I mean, that's not like this argument. It doesn't really make sense, or it doesn't really mean anything. Really. Like
I feel
if
like Spurs
if
are
you
in a
watch the way we
position.
played, if you watch the way we played from the difference from how we played versus Conte, or I'll even go back to Jose because Jose, while he did turn Harry Kane into a dog that year or the second year, whatever, Jose, Conte, and Ange, we performed best under Ange, 100% from a game standpoint. Now, obviously, from the season standpoint, for sure, we didn't finish that high last year. We all saw it, but like I said, you take 12 players out of City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, or United, and you guys are all struggling. I don't. Yeah, like I don't. I don't care.
But that's ifs, right? Like what I'm saying is I'm just trying to figure out why Spurs are in the position that they're in right now. And I feel like the reason that's because of Ange's style of play, right? That in its sense caused a lot of injuries for you guys to have right now, which
Not
is not
necessarily
leading
true
to
though.
results.
That's not necessarily true. We lost a center back to an ACL injury that had nothing to do with how Ange plays. We lost James Madison. I mean, not this year, but last year, to someone stepping all over his ankle or kicking his knee or whatever it was. Kulisevsky, same thing, got kicked. Like these are injuries from player to player. They're not injuries from tracking back.
Bro, I'm getting that from this article from jobsinfootball.com blog. What kind of injuries are Spurs getting the most, right? And it says a variety of different injuries in the last two seasons, hamstring problems. Ben Davies, Dane Scarlett, Celso Sessignon, Mickey Romero, Destiny Dogi, Papsar were all missing with hamstring injuries. And there was a reason Postacoglu's favored playing style, you know? So that I'm not saying, what you said it could not, is not right, but This could
I
also
mean,
be a
Ryan Sessegnon.
possibility.
Who else was on that list? Ryan Sessegnon, Dane Scarlett. Like they're naming players that really weren't even effective in the
In the
starting 11.
23-24 season, where in the 23-24 season,
Yeah, that's the
Davies,
season
Scarlett,
before.
Lo Celso, Sessegnon, Van de Ven, Romero, Udogi,
That's not the season I'm
Brennan
talking
Johnson,
about.
and Papsar.
That's not the
Yeah.
season I'm
All right.
talking
Well,
about.
yeah,
The
yeah. I'm
season
just saying
before
in the
is when we
yeah.
finished 17th. That season where we had Ryan Sessegnon. Like Sessegnon hasn't been on our team since. Like we got rid of Sessegnon, so it doesn't really. Like I said, like his playing style isn't the reason why we had 12 injuries last year. That's just not the truth. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a mix up of opinions in the Spurs community.
but
You know,
you're
some
reading
are,
stuff from 23-24. We're talking about last season.
yeah. I'm just saying. Like I'm speaking about the Ange era as a whole. This is
The
uh,
first
the
season was, I mean, injuries definitely affected why we finished lower, but it wasn't the issue of the first season. The
okay.
issue of the
Yeah, yeah.
first season
No,
was
no.
because we didn't have, I mean, we didn't really have all of Andrew's players,
These
I'll
are the
say.
injuries that came out of the first season. You know,
Right.
so
But we're talking about last season. So last season,
regardless. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there was obviously, you know, this guy's playing style was getting players injured.
yeah, but we were winning
And
games
again,
also. So it wasn't like
yeah,
it wasn't like injury was like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like the only two people you can say really were affected by Andrew's playing style were Destiny Udogie and Mickey Van de Ven. Other than that, like Jed Spence poor wasn't affected by that. Christian Romero had two unlucky injuries, and really the Christian Romero's injuries uh, last year was really effective of the medical staff trying to rush him back, or Andrew, whoever tried to rush him back for that Chelsea game. Once that happened, that kind of ruined the rest of our season in the Premier League. But I mean, everybody else wasn't really affected by, yeah, the playing
yeah,
style.
according to the
I mean,
Athletic, Postecoglou's unique philosophy places a significant strain on defenders. They are expected to push up a high pitch, then cover a large distance at top speed when Spurs lose the ball. But
Okay, but
again,
like you're acting like no one else
23-24
plays a
season,
high
that's
line this year. Like Liverpool play a high
right,
line.
right,
I've
right,
seen
right.
Arsenal play a high line. Like
the,
these
the,
aren't things that like are just, oh my god, only Ange Postecoglou was playing a high line. Like this is a thing
No,
that
no,
people
no.
can
I'm
pick
not.
on
I'm
now,
not saying it like that.
draw a
I'm not
narrative
saying
and
it
say,
like
oh
that.
yeah, like it was Andrew's high line that's the reason why they have all these injuries, and it's not the reason that players
No,
are
I'm just raising an eye to
rushing
it could
these.
have been a possibility to why some of these players are, not in the squad right now. That's all.
I think that the reason why you do have to blame Ange somewhat is that he would push them back into the lineup, and I know that's 100% true because when he played Chelsea, your two center backs, I can't remember which one it was. I
Like
think it was
I just said that, yeah. And
Romero.
Romero and Van de Ven, they got rushed back 100%. That
Yeah,
might
right,
have
and
not
that
been him,
yeah,
but
that's the problem there. Like and that has lost us points this year. It's because Maresca, we had a lot of injuries last year. Well, not last year, the year before under Pochettino, and Pochettino would just put these guys back in, and now Maresca is like, yo, like I'd rather have Reece James play, you know, a game and a half out of three games in a week than him be out for 3 months or 6 months,
well, I
and
hear you. I definitely hear you, and for sure that there's definitely a case to be made there. But at the same time, we don't have the squad depth. And who does that fall on at the time? Levy. He didn't get back. Like Ange didn't get back that summer, the second summer. He didn't get back. That was the issue. So then that's not something anyone else can relate to because everyone else, like they all spread their. They're like, what? Yeah, let's get the players in. They don't do that at Tottenham. So this is the result. Now we have some squad depth, I'd say. I mean, when everyone's fit, we will have squad depth, but I don't know when that's going to be. Dom Solanke, I don't know when he would like to return. James Madison has been seen in the gym doing his thing. He's going to be out probably for the rest of the year. Kulusevski, we'll see. I don't know what's going on with him. So
I have a question. It's 2015. You're just getting introduced to the Prem, and you have a chance to re-pick your team. Who
nah,
you going with?
it was between that team or City, and I'd rather be
Oh
with the
God,
Tottenham.
bro. Yeah, I'd rather you be
Yeah,
Spurs fans.
because they were just. I mean, I knew for sure, like they were. Like I could tell.
You should have been a Chelsea fan, bro.
Nah,
We
I
could have had a lot of
couldn't
watch along
support.
together.
Couldn't support
But there's
Yeah.
still room for you over here. You
Chelsea.
know, we're very accepting.
Nah, I don't switch. I don't switch. I'm a ride
But
or
you gotta
die.
go to a different league, bro. You gotta go to a
Loyal
different.
to a
You gotta
fault.
go to the
Yeah,
champion.
honestly, I was thinking like if I was to pick another team like to really support in another league,
Yeah.
it would probably be Atletico, just because it's the same type of like to watch them try to win something would be fire instead of
Wait,
like just joining a bandwagon like Real Madrid or.
wait, they win things.
I mean, they have one, yeah, no, for sure, but like it's not like they're like the favorite.
Yeah, they're not like. Yeah, you're right. There's only two real favorites in La Liga, but Atletico Madrid has won. I think it's like two trophies or three trophies in the past. 15 or 20 years. Like they've
I
done.
mean,
Two
you could
Champions League
say
finals.
you could low key say the same for Tottenham too, right? They won in 2008 and they won in.
Yeah, but you're winning cups. Like you're not winning the league. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm only talking about the league, not like I don't. I'm sure they've won Copa del Rey's and stuff like that too. I don't know if they what their trophy on the Copa del Rey's and whatever other league tournaments that they play in would be is, but
Well, I
they
mean, that'd be the same model as how I picked Tottenham.
But enough for the future. What are you saying against Liverpool?
What do you mean?
I
What am I
mean,
saying?
it's perfect timing.
I'm just
Liverpool
like Tottenham against
touching
Liverpool.
form.
Like
Oh, for
Oh yeah,
next
yeah,
week.
it's perfect timing.
for next week.
Liverpool touching form, we're gonna lose. Like Wort's probably gonna drop a hat trick or some stupid shit. Like
No, but you guys do well. Or
what?
it's at home too. No, I'm
We don't do
saying
it like it's
when you
Liverpool, bro.
guys go. No, like when you guys went to Anfield a few times, I feel like you guys picked up a point, or like you put up a good battle against them. That's.
but
That was the Harry Kane
I
days.
feel
It
like
has been, it
Spurs
has
and
been that
United.
way for a while.
Yeah, the two top six teams I'm the most confident with going against, just because of I don't know. Like Marcus said, we always seem to have a pretty good game somehow.
Dude, they
I can
scored
go first for
61 against us
predictions.
last year.
wait, how long are you gonna give Thomas Frank, Mark? I just because
I
you weren't
mean,
you didn't back Nuno for that long. I know that.
yeah, but
Nah.
this is
And he was a new manager.
this is
Honestly,
different. This is way different, bro. Way
what?
different.
What's
What's
So
up?
what did you not like
we
about the
got
new
booted out of
manager?
the conference league, or we lost like
Yeah.
the like two of the conference league games under Nuno. Like what I'm saying, like I never backed that guy. Well, that's not true. I did back him like for ideally. I was like, this would make sense. And then after the first couple games, I was like, okay, this guy,
It's
he's
not
not it.
it.
I mean, with Thomas Frank, like I said, I don't really know where we go from here. Like, so eh, I'm just
So,
gonna.
so you don't have a time frame that you uh,
No,
that you
I
would
mean, and
give.
everyone online saying, "Oh, this is like everything's like, oh, it's a sackable offense." Like losing to the Nottingham Forest is a sackable offense. Losing to blah 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 Inter here is a sackable offense. But it's like, okay, and then who are we gonna hire? We don't even have Ryan Mason to be the interim manager anymore. So we can't even fall back on that as like the people, the the diehards of Tottenham or North London, I should say. They love Ryan Mason. So we don't even have interim manager to really fall back on. We're about to lose our other Matt Wells to some MLS team. So yeah, I don't know what's to come. I think we should just give him the season just to see. Um, yeah, that's it.
What would be like if he came 10th? Then I
No,
don't.
yeah, I was just about to say like even if we finish like I don't care where we finish. Like we're not the only way this is gonna be like if we stay in the Premier League, then okay, fine, he's good. But like if like
So then you would give him give him the season. He finishes in 10th place, and then you say, "All right, guys, back this manager." And then after that, then you say, "Hey, all right, he should be sacked." And then you get him getting a new manager that has his players, or like this. I'm trying to
yeah,
figure this out.
I'm like I said, Honestly, I'm so numb. I don't even care. To be honest, like, I don't even care. Like like whatever they want to do, is what they want to do, bro. Like they can do
He's
whatever
just
they
trying to
want.
enjoy his holidays, man. You know,
I am done with trying to figure out Tottenham's issues. Like we had a winning manager, we didn't back him. He finished 17th, but still won us a trophy. Then we sacked him, and then we hire this mid-table manager who's super defensive so that we don't let in so many goals. We still lose 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. So yeah, I don't know. Like they seem to have all the answers over there, and yeah, Liverpool next.
That's
All right, so I'm gonna say I feel like Thomas Frank is super defensive in big games, so my prediction is gonna be 1-0 Liverpool.
1-0. Okay, we gonna do predictions right now. Let's do it. 1-0 Liverpool. I think I think you guys are gonna do like. I think it's
It'll
gonna be
probably
like
be
a
like 3-0,
two,
honestly.
3, yeah, 3-1, 2-1.
Yeah, 3-1. It's like a good probable health, like score line.
You're saying 3-1?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You gotta have at least that last hope,
Yeah,
last inkling of like.
No, there's no reason to do that though. Like it's not even good. Like for like my mental health to like
I get it. I get it. I get it. I
false
get it.
hope. Like
I know what you mean.
there's no like yeah, we're not playing well.
What are you saying, Potts?
3-0 to Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool. All right. You guys are playing Newcastle next. How do you feel about that?
Oh, that's we got that. We got that.
You got that in the bag.
Got that in the bag. Give me
3 points. Confident.
give me that I keep saying 2-1, but they never end up being 2-1. So um let me get a 3-1 to Chelsea at St.
Actually, you guys are playing mid-table EFL Cup to with Cardiff City.
Yeah, Cardiff
So
City number 1 in League One,
in
whatever they call
League
it.
One.
But we're gonna
All
be
right.
heavily rotated for that side for sure. We're gonna be playing, you know,
So you're
Esther.
saying 3-1 against Newcastle?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about Cardiff.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you mentioned back, but yeah. Regardless, either or. But for the prediction,
Yeah. No,
Newcastle. Yeah.
against Newcastle. Yeah, Cardiff should be in the bag, but we'll see how that goes.
I'll say 2-2 Newcastle Chelsea. I think Newcastle have a lot to prove after losing the derby this past weekend. That's like one of their
Against
biggest games of
Sunderland.
the
Yeah.
year. They lost that to
Bro,
Sunderland.
Sunderland were acting like they won the league, man.
Bro,
You
that's
know?
it's like Sunderland's biggest game of the year, and the fact that they
Yeah,
won
it is.
that in Newcastle, they took a picture on Newcastle's field.
Picture exactly. Yeah.
I like seeing that kind of rivalry.
No, that's
So
Yeah.
I think Newcastle are going to come out, and Eddie Howe, the type of manager he is, they're going to come out hard.
they haven't
I
come
think
out
it'll be
that hard all year.
They have a lot of injuries too.
They haven't come out that hard all year, so I'm
that's
not.
true.
I'm not sure. Last year, yeah, they were being Villa, but they're not doing that this year. But you never know. We haven't done so well against them in the near future, or near
I'm
past.
gonna say 2-1 Newcastle.
Go
That
ahead.
just took me up. You convinced me. You got me on the Geordie train. What are you saying, Marcus?
2-2 probably. It's at Newcastle. It's a tough place. So you get a result.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I think it's going to be another 1 point with the villains, at Villa. But I'm even saying Unai Emery's on his thing right now. It might be a straight 3 points for him.
Yeah, I think they might
We're
dog
we're going to pick up that loss. We're going
Yeah.
to
You
pick up
guys are
that loss.
losing, bro. No question.
2-0 Villa. 2-0.
Um,
I'm
2-0.
gonna I'm gonna hope that you guys tie.
Yeah, for Chelsea's purpose,
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
but I'm gonna have to go with the with the 2-0 to Villa. I don't know if Mark just said that, but that sounds good.
Yeah, 2-0 to Villa. All right.
I'll say 3-0 to Villa.
And these boys home.
Morgan gives White the
Damn.
spins delight.
That
Calling
Morgan-
Already injured, man. We
him
can't be having him
to
out.
put it on the ground with his hands up, being like, "Damn."
You mean
Nah,
what? It's not Morgan Gibbs White. It's
Oh yeah, what's his name?
no, it's not Gibbs White. It's Morgan Rogers.
Morgan
Rogers.
Rogers.
Yeah, Morgan Rogers. Yeah, 5 goals, 3 assists this season. Watkins doing his thing,
Bro, and
bro.
like
Villa have a
Cole
crazy
Hero,
3-game
McGinn.
stretch right now. They have United,
if
Chelsea, and
Emery wins the league with Villa before Arsenal win it, oh ho ho! That's where you live off the hate, bro. Like,
Man,
That's not going to happen. They could win a trophy, but I don't think they're going to win the league.
I'm rooting for City and the rest of the league, the rest of the series.
City. I mean, that's all. I feel like all Tottenham people do that, bro.
This guy's a City fan, but he already said it.
Yeah, 100%. I'd rather see them win than anybody else, realistically. Just crown Pep.
That
the
goes
best
2-1.
season. I mean, honestly, if you look at the top 3, it's all school of Pep, except Villa.
He's like that for even like Vincent
every league
Company.
right now.
Yeah.
Enrique in France, Company in Germany, obviously Shabby. I think every single coach that's in the number 1 spot right now in the top 5 leagues.
Yeah.
Studying under Pep.
Yep. So yeah, just give it to him. He's the GOAT.
I mean, I don't think there's any argument other than Johan Cruyff, and I was too young, bro, to like totally understand the impact of Cruyff and all that stuff. So I just like, all I know is what the old heads say, and they're like, "Oh, he completely changed the game." Pep did the exact same thing, bro.
Yeah,
like, he's done that exact same thing. So I feel like the GOAT manager has to be Pep, but
yeah,
it's not even like the amount of trophies this won; it's the distance he won them in. Like the only ever Premier League
the mentality that he's just
points. Like, you know what I mean? It's like consistency. He's doing it back to back 4 times in a row. Like, it's hard to argue against.
The fact that he doesn't lose games after January is insane. Like, almost consistent.
At this point, it's Sister Alex Ferguson, not Sir Alex Ferguson. She needs to.
Shit. Damn, no, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Sister Ferguson needs to sit down.
That's mad. 13 league titles. We'll talk.
Yeah, I don't know.
From a Prem perspective, it's them too. It has to be, right?
Yeah,
It is, of course. It is, of course. I can't argue with Pat, bro.
Even just outside the Prem, I don't really. I think they're
the most winning managers. Yeah.
No, what's his name? I mean, maybe I forgot. I saw a stat. What leagues has Carlo Ancelotti won, bro? This stat is
he's up there.
That man's won everything.
I think
he wins.
Won
he wins like most. Yeah.
He won every. He hasn't done France, but every league that
he's an Italian league, right? So Serie A,
yeah,
Prem, League One, Bundesliga, La Liga. Bro, he literally did the top 5. I didn't even realize this. So he did Real Madrid, La Liga, Bayern, Germany, PSG, France, Chelsea, Prem.
I forgot about his PSG.
Everton
Bro,
too. Remember his stint at Everton?
Coach, he has to be in the go-to conversations. And then think on top of that, how many Champions Leagues did he win? So it was on top of the league titles. He won Champions League with Milan. He won Champions League with Real Madrid for sure.
And he won Champions Leagues as a player too. So that boy,
that's why he doesn't care. You always see these like things where he doesn't react to the goals or the. He's like, bro, I've done this all.
Yeah, he's up there for sure. Shout out Chelsea legend.
Yeah, he won the Champions League 5 times, bro. That's insane. That might be the best resume. Like, obviously, I think Pep is GOAT, but resume-wise, that's...
You won't.
Yeah, he moved around a bunch of places, though.
Bro, yeah, all 5 leagues. He won titles in every league. He won Champions League 5 times. That's impressive.
Nah, he did his thing.
Yeah.
All right, so who we talking about for Player of the Week?
Yo, stop playing. You know who it is.
Harry Wilson.
Nah. Callum Hudson-Odoi.
What do you mean? Harry Wilson scored and or assisted every goal in that 3-2 win against what team they played.
And what did Callum Hudson-Odoi do?
He didn't do more than Harry Wilson.
I would say Ekitike, but I'm biased. So I think not Callum. What am I saying? Harry Wilson's a good shot too. Is it 2
Bro, he
assists?
scored. Bro, they scored three goals. He scored 2 or assisted 2 and scored 1.
Yeah, I saw that.
So what did Kyle Hudson and Doy have? 2 goals and an assist. So stop playing.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He had the first
Yeah,
goal
he did.
tapped in. He had the sit you down
Second
with the
goal.
upper 90, and then he had the layoff. 2 goals and an assist. Done up your team. Stop, look it up. Check it.
I still think Harry Wilson. He's
Dating
been on
him,
fire,
bro.
so I'm still sticking by Harry Wilson.
Nah.
And because they had to do that from a losing position.
They didn't have to
I'm gonna
do
say
it from
Bruno
losing.
Fernandes.
Yo, stop saying Bruno Fernandes.
All right, so 2-1.
This guy scored a
2-1
goal.
Harry Wilson.
Did you see the free kick he scored today?
He's on fire.
Thank you.
I saw a
He-
stat.
Fernandes
Bro,
is
he
fucking
does
fire.
some bitch ass shit during the game though. He just like
That's the thing, though. Is like I
Fine,
think if Bruno
fine,
gets flowers,
fine.
I can't.
That
yeah,
is
I
fine
can't
for
really
me.
back him like all the way.
That's cool for me, bro. I
He's-
kind of learned to realize the person he is, and I'm gonna just back the person he is. You know, Let's
He's
do it.
going to be in the team in a month if he keeps it up, but he doesn't get player of the week. Tell
Yeah,
him
no,
some
we gotta give it
boys
to Harry Wilson.
sat down.
I would say Callum Hudson-Odoi
Of course you would.
No.
Yeah, of course you would.
is.
yeah,
So
Cal-
shocking.
I wouldn't say no
I'm
Spurs
so
player in my
surprised. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
can.
surprised that you agree with the Chelsea fan, bro.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
so
Nah, I
surprising.
mean, yeah, the way he played agaast Tottenham, 100%.
you
Hell
guys,
yeah.
bro,
I'd
stop
watch
playing more.
I'd watch that thing on
It's
replay.
okay.
Hell
You guys
yeah.
are holding hands over there. I get it. Yeah. Keep holding hands.
This guy's so mad. He supports the shit team.
Yo,
It wasn't even a real assist, bro. Layoff is not a real assist. Like that's like we have to like, come on, bro. That's not a real
what are you
assist.
talking about?
Harry Wilson balled out. Like we have to just give it to him.
that's the problem with having an even number. We got 2 for Wilson, 2 for Hudson-Odoi.
Gotta flip a coin. Like
Gotta ask the viewers to swing the vote.
All right. We'll ask the viewers. We'll ask whoever gets the most online.
Yeah, let's clip this up,
will be-
and whoever gets the
will
most,
be-
and then Pot's gonna start DMing
We'll
everyone
do a
like, yo,
poll.
Maya. He's gonna be like, yo, Maya.
We'll do a little poll,
He's gonna have his wife voting for Hudson-Odoi on her account, her burner's account, all of them.
Yo, we gotta put it up like a poll. You gotta put a poll up and then have them vote. I'm like on the info
right.
story.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
All right, that is all for this week's match review. Thank you for coming to yet another informed session brought to you by Touchwater Productions. I'm your host. They call me Marcus. Sad Spurs fan. We'll be back next week. So don't forget to tune in, like, subscribe, and drop a comment on what team you support, and you could get a shout out. Peace. Inform out.